6 players who suffered horrific leg breaks. Luke Shaw. Having joined Manchester United in 2014, Shaw was having a great start to his second season at Old Trafford, starting every league game under Louis van Gaal. However, his fantastic start of the campaign came to an end on the 15th of September in a Champions League match against PSV. Shaw sustained a double leg fracture following a challenge from Hector Moreno, ruling him out for the rest of the season and missing the chance to play for England at Euro 2016. Shaw would return to first team action in the Community Shield final 11 months after suffering the injury. DJIBRIL CISSE. It's hard enough breaking your leg once, but CISSE suffered that horrible fate twice. The first incident came in 2004, breaking his tibia and fibula in a freak accident against Blackburn, with his legs snapping after getting stuck in the turf. The French forward was back playing in less than 6 months and played a part in Liverpool's 2005 Champions League win. 1 year later, with the move to Marseille agreed, CISSE would break his leg yet again whilst representing France in a warm-up game ahead of the 2006 World Cup. EDUARDO de Silva. The striker's leg break against Birmingham back in 2008 was one of the most graphic the Premier League has ever seen, with Sky Sports unwilling to show a replay of the incident due to the unsavoury scenes. Martin Taylor was sent off for the challenge, and Arsene Wenger called for the defender to be given a lifetime ban, but would later retract his comments. 1 year later, the striker would return to action, but his Arsenal nightmare would come to an end in 2010 when he signed for Shakhtar Donetsk. Aaron Ramsey. The injury to Eduardo visibly shook the Arsenal players and staff, and they had to go through the same ordeal just 2 years later when Aaron Ramsey suffered a double fracture after a tackle from Stoke's Ryan Shawcross. The midfielder was back walking without crutches just a month after the incident and would return to playing after 8 months out. Ramsey would return a better player, while Shawcross still receives a rough reception whenever he plays against the Arsenal. Erling Haaland. While Shawcross was clearly distressed by the damage he inflicted on Aaron Ramsey, the same can't be said about Roy Keane and his rivalry with Haaland. The Man U captain held a grudge against the Norwegian, who had suggested Keane was feigning an injury to avoid punishment back in 1997. The United hardman actually suffered an anterior cruciate ligament injury and would miss a year of football. When the two lined up against each other again in 2001, Keane would get his revenge, smashing Haaland's right knee and then shouting in his face while he received treatment. Haaland would actually finish the game and play again just days later in a friendly for Norway. While Keane made contact with his right knee, it would be an issue with Haaland's left knee that would actually end his career prematurely. Seamus Coleman. The Irish captain would be the latest Premier League player to suffer a shocking injury, breaking his leg while representing his country against Wales, with Neil Taylor sent off for the challenge in the 0-0 draw. It has been reported that Coleman suffered a double fracture of his lower right leg. We wish Seamus Coleman a successful and speedy recovery. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.